to Pixar Prime 10 here with another Transformers Prime Predacons Rise and Beast Hunters review, this time of Predacons Skylynx. Now, if you may not know, you may know, this is a repaint of the Beast Hunters Skystalker, which, quite frankly, I don't have, but I think I would like the colors in that one more. It was much more vibrant. This is a much more dark kind of color scheme, so not sure how I'm going to like this one. But we'll just have to see about that, won't we? So, you see the new Predacons Rising packaging, flip it around the back. We have a small bio that says, I don't know if you could see it, Skylynx is a powerful and chaotic force who lives to sever the Predacon cause. You can see there's his tech specs if you want to take a look at those. His robot mode and his Predacon mode. Predacons, Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising. And, yeah, so, I'm going to take this out of the packaging, and we'll take a look at him.
Alrighty, so here we have Skylynx out of his packaging. One thing I find kind of weird is that this guy's name is Skylynx. Skylynx is obviously the name of an Autobot from G1. I mean, sure, he transformed into a bird, but still, it's kind of weird that they made an evil guy Skylynx. But whatever, it doesn't really bother me. Cool name. So here he is. This is obviously a repaint of the Beast Hunters Skystalker, which, for Darksteel and Skylynx, I really wish we would have gotten brand new molds for them instead of repaints of Grimwing and Skystalker. Because, honestly, I mean, the Dragon modes for Darksteel and Skylynx, the toys, they look good. They look show accurate. But the robot modes, at least for Skylynx, are not very accurate whatsoever. And Darksteel, his robot mode's accurate, but not that much. But, anyway, here it is. You can see a nice little Predacon logo right there on his shoulder. His articulation in this mode, this back here is on a ball joint, this pivots, and this will pivot back and forth. He has a ball joint up here at the shoulder, that moves forward, and not really that much back, and then his hands here on a ball joint, and then his head will move back and forth, kind of up and down, like that, and then his mouth will actually open, and you can actually see his robot head up there. I like to pull that down because this is actually his mouth in robot mode. It's like a plate type of thing. So if you pull that down a little bit, I kind of like to pretend that's like the thing that makes his fire. But that's just me. You can see his tail back here. This thing comes off to be a hand weapon in the robot mode. It can move back and forth. The wings, they move forward and back. They move left and right at this joint, and they move left and right at that joint. And then these little gold things, if you put your finger in here, you can fire these. If you just push. Well, my hand was in the way. Let's try that again. There we go. Now, I kind of like to actually leave them off and leave it like that because it gives more of a show-accurate kind of feel. Because if you saw Predacons Rising, you saw that their wings were kind of pieced together and they look like they've been ripped to shreds. That's the kind of feeling I get when I look at it like this. When I look at it with this, I feel like they've been collecting giant pennies. That's honestly what I feel like. But, you know, maybe they stole it from Batman. Giant penny, but whatever. So anyway, I think we should get to the transformation now. Yes, agreed. Okay. So, what I usually do first is straighten out these wings, and then you gotta get this part lined up with that shoulder, and then that will slide up into there. So do that on this side, and that will actually peg in. You can get it to push down far enough. There we go. Come to these arms right here. Flip these around to get his robot hands out. Okay. Flip that up. Flip that around. Very similar to what we've seen with a lot of the beasts, with flipping robot hand or swapping Predacon hands for robot hands. And everyone was originally calling those dragons from Beast Hunters, the toys, like Laserback and like Ripclaw and Skystalker, they were calling them dragons. Well, now we pretty much know that they're really not dragons, they're Predacons. But anyway, come down here, take this waist section, and push that together, if you can get it, unlike me. Take these legs, and the legs are something I have a very big problem with. But, kind of straighten those out so he looks all normal. So you can see a little bit better. You gotta open up his chest, like so. Like that. And then take his bottom jaw, open that, come up here, pick at his head, put his bottom jaw in there, and then lock it in there so you can't get it out any longer. And he actually, these legs, I was going to talk about it in depth, but I'm really not. His legs, they suck. I'm going to say it blatantly. They suck. They do not stand unless you're very talented and you can get him to stand with them. So I use his tail to balance him so that he will stand. And basically, if you don't want to do anything with the wings, it's all special, here you have Skylynx in his robot mode. And I would compare him with Skystalker, but I do not have Skystalker. So, oh well. But, yeah. Now, like I said, I wish we would have gotten a show-accurate molding for Skylynx and Darksteel, because, honestly, if you saw Predacons Rising, you know that this is not accurate to Skylynx whatsoever. If you want to pretend this is accurate, be my guest, but he was bulky, he was big, and this just screams scrawny Predacon to me. I like the mold, actually. I really do like this mold. I like the robot mode, like the dragon mode. They both look very good. But, by the way, I forgot to mention that I do like to leave these in the robot mode, but for the beast mode, I think I'm going to leave them out because it looks more show accurate. Anyway, the beast mode, yes, it's pretty accurate. Not 100%, but yes, it's pretty accurate. But if they just gave us 100% accurate molds of these guys, that would have been fantastic. And as you can see, I just pulled that piece off his tail, and he'll still stand. But to attach it to his hand as a, mace weapon, there you can see there's a little groove right inside there, and then there's a little groove on the top of his hand. So all you gotta do is line that up, kind of just feel around until it will stay on. And I can't, I can't really get it to stay on very well. Oh, there we go. So, there it is on his hand. I guess that looks kind of cool. You want to have him jab some Autobots with it, be my guest. But to put it back on, you can see there's a groove on the tail, and then little groove notches inside there. Peg that right back on. Okay. For his articulation in his robot mode, his head will move left and right, kind of up and down. You can see it moves around inside that big jaw of his. That looks kind of weird, but whatever. He has a ball joint at the shoulder. He bends at the elbow. No wrist or hand articulation. He has a waist joint, which I forgot to mention. The waist joint moves in the beast mode as well. Ball joints at the hips, as well as not a thigh cut, but like a sliding joint. And okay. His leg just likes to stay off, I guess. He bends up here, bends there, and then his feet also pivot. Now, there are these things on the back of his feet, which I don't really know if that's supposed to stay out or not, in what mode, when, where, how. But, I think my biggest point of contention, of annoyance on this guy, my biggest annoyance on him, is the fact that he's not show accurate, and they're calling him Skylynx, which I'll probably leave him in his beast mode, because 1, I like it better, and 2, it is more show accurate in the robot mode, and 2, I don't like his legs. They're very scrawny, unlike what they look. Now that I think about it, yeah, he does look kind of show accurate, but the head, not even close. They both had faces. But this is a very cool figure. I think, I don't have Skylynx, or Skystalker, this is Skylynx, but from what I can tell from pictures and what I've seen on YouTube, I like the Skystalker figure a whole lot more than this guy. That's not saying I don't like this guy. I do think, if, I go past the fact that this isn't show accurate, I do like this figure. I think standalone, this is a very nice figure with very nice colors. But, what we're going to do now, well, I forgot to mention something. We can flip these around and have him, I guess, pelt Autobots with giant pennies. Pew! Pew! And you can see they actually go pretty far for something that's pretty heavy. I think I'm going to leave those out, because I like the look of it without them more. Leave those back there, and you can see they're just discs. Just plain discs. I think they were white with Skystalker. Maybe they were blue. I don't really remember. But we're going to transform back to his Predacon mode. Take the jaw, take the head, flip that up inside the roof of his mouth, close up the chest, take this waist section, and open that up, or spread it. Take this, trade his robot hands for his Predacon hands, flip it around, Flip that around. Take his wing, take his shoulders. Get that out of there. Take it out of there. Okay. And then I'm going to angle down so we can see. And then kind of get these arms initiated. And then these back legs you can kind of have however you want, scrawled up or spread out. I usually have them like that. And as you can see, it is a very, very simplistic transformation, which simple transformations, they don't really bother me as much as they do other people. I mean, I don't have a problem with them. It's not like if it has a simple transformation, I won't buy it. But yeah, I'll take the tail, put that down, spread out the wings, and I'm already done. You can see it really is a simple transformation. But, I mean, that's really what we got with most of the Predacons. It's like you flip out the Predacon hands for the robot hands, spread out the legs, spread out the arms, reveal the head out of the Predacon head, and that's pretty much what you have. So, one thing I forgot to mention is I do not like how his head is pointing down. If there was a joint that could get it looking straight up or straight forward, I would like it. Because there's that scene in Predacons Rising where all three Predacons are running towards the Terracons and shooting their dragon fire. But he can't do that because he's just going to hit the ground. But, that's really about it, guys, for this review. Honestly, I really don't know which one I'd rather recommend, Skystalker or Skylynx, because Skylynx I got because he's in the show, or he was in the show, and I wanted to have an accurate one. Or, well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I wanted to have who's in the show. I wanted to actually have them because they're in the show, so I have a complete cast, technically. Even though I'm very far away from having a complete cast of Transformers Prime. But Skystalker, I think the colors are a bit nicer on. I think in my opinion, the colors are much nicer. They're brighter, but I do like the colors on this guy, very good. So, honestly, this figure, my overall opinion on it, very, very good figure. In terms of being Skylynx, Dragon mode, pretty good, not fantastic. Robot mode, not so much that good. But, so yeah, if you see him in a store, I got him at Target, pick him up, very good figure. So, alright guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day.